Hello, welcome to the Cruise Diary for Tuesday, and I'm going to start off with an apology because I didn't do any filming at the awards ceremony last Thursday at the Grosvenor House Hotel. There were loads of cameras around actually, and to be honest I thought that the videoing was already taken care of, so I basically settled back and had a very nice night at a fantastic party. But it was a great night for cruising, most of all because Royal Caribbean, they won Travel Company of the Year, which is astonishing because they beat the likes of Thomas Cook and TUI and Shearings and Virgin. Amazing that a cruise company is now taking honours like that. It's brilliant. It was a great night actually for Royal Caribbean and for Joe Jamoska, the boss, because they did the double. They did Best Cruise Line of the Year for over 75,000 passengers, that was Royal Caribbean, and their sister brand Celebrity, they won Cruise Line of the Year for under 75,000 UK passengers a year. So a great reward there. And also their supplier sales team, they won the trophy for that. It wasn't all their night. Complete Cruise Solution, they got the gong for Best Trade Facing Website, and NCL, they won an award for having the best training programme. And Joanna Rigby of Cruise Thomas Cook up in Leicestershire, she won Agent of the Year, so it was a good night for her. She's actually got quite a few trophies on her mantelpiece, I think, now. Anyway, click around on the website here and you'll see some pictures and reports of the great event that it was. It really was a good party. Now, foreign news, and Dubai, as you know, is becoming a holiday hotspot, and another cruise line is going in there, MSC. Next year they're sending the MSC Lyrica into Dubai to do 7-night cruises. They'll be joining Costa. They've got the Costa Luminosa, and of course there's the Brilliance of the Seas from Royal Caribbean, and they're basically on sort of the Dubai run. It's pretty routine: Abu Dhabi, Fujairah, Muscat, Bahrain, and I mean, Dubai is fantastic, the shopping centre with a ski slope in it, things like that. But apart from that, there's really not much to see in the area. But one thing's for sure, you're guaranteed superb weather. And actually, one thing that you won't see from the ships anymore is the QE2. She's been alongside at Port Rashid ever since she went out of service. They've moved her slightly, so although she's not on the quayside, which is great because you used to be able to see her from the webcams of other ships, they've moved her a little bit further in the docks to free up some parking space, basically. It does mean, though, that on the way into Dubai, you get a good view of the dear old QE2. Now, a bit of food news on the Norwegian Epic, which really has been the ship of the year so far this year. One of the attractions on there, it's called Cirque Dreams and Dinner, and the theatre's done out like a circus tent, and while you're eating your dinner there are acrobats and trapeze artists and all sorts of stuff going on. It's a bit sort of Cirque du Soleil happening right before your very eyes. When I was on there, and you can see my video of my trip to the Epic on my website, the show was great, but the food was actually sort of mediocre. Well, not anymore. They've got rid of what they were serving, which was a sort of a chicken and steak combo, and they're bringing in, it's sort of surf and turf, it's jumbo prawns and beef tenderloin, which sounds much better. So nice dinner, nice show. It costs $20 extra to go and see this show, but it's absolutely well worth it. And also you have to book, really, because only half the ship will ever get to see the show. The ship carries 5,000 and odd passengers. The theatre only holds 280 something people, so over the course of a week's cruise only half the ship can ever go see it. But there's plenty more to do on there. There's the ice bar, there's the Blue Man Group, which are just sensational. Now, it was Disney that started bringing big shows to cruise ships. They brought in Toy Story the musical, and of course the other lines are kind of following. Their new ship, the Disney Dream, that's going to have a brand new show called Villains, and it's got all the Disney baddies: Captain Hook, Cruella de Vil, Jafar from Aladdin, and Ursula from The Little Mermaid. You've got, as I say, the Blue Man Group on the Norwegian Epic. On the Royal Caribbeans, I always talk about this, but you've got Hairspray on Oasis of the Seas. You've got Chicago on Allure of the Seas, which comes out next month. And they're now planning to bring out a Broadway show, don't know which one it's going to be, for Liberty of the Seas, which is one of the next size down, the biggest ships in the world until Oasis and Allure came along. And they're also going to be putting in big cinema screens, which they don't have. It's unusual, actually, that these ships haven't had them on Freedom of the Seas and Liberty of the Seas. It was started really by Princess Line. They call it Movies Under the Stars. It's spreading across all the ships' fleets. Royal Caribbean have steered away from it until now. Oasis and Allure have got them, and they're now sort of retrofitting them onto the Liberty and the Freedom of the Seas. I wonder why they're not doing it on the UK-based Independence of the Seas. Maybe it's because our weather's not so great, so not so many people are going to sit outside, but I don't know. It ought to have one, I think. But there's a new thing coming up on Carnival cruise line ships, which I think is brilliant. I mean, karaoke's taking off all over the place. Well, now they're super deluxing it on Carnival. You don't just sing along to a backing track, you sing along to the orchestra. They're going to have about 100 songs that are rehearsed, so that you can go up and say, I want to sing along with this, and you'll be singing along with a big band behind you. That just sounds great, doesn't it? That's about it for the cruise news for today. I'll be back at the end of the week with some more. Until then, have a good week. Bye-bye.